The invitation arrived folded, creased, and smudged with fingerprints, as if it had been passed around by too many hands, too many laughs. At the top, in glossy silver lettering, were the words, North Ridge High, 10-year reunion. Below that, in a rushed, almost mocking scribble, hope you finally made something of yourself, loser. Lena stared at it for a long moment. 10 years since she'd walked those halls, 10 years since they had taped, pathetic, to her locker, poured juice into her backpack, and made her eat lunch alone under the stairwell where no one would see them laugh. She folded the invitation once, then again, until it fit neatly into her palm. They wanted to mock her. They expected her to come crawling. They expected the same quiet, apologetic, invisible girl. They were about to meet someone else entirely. The reunion venue was a renovated farm estate on the outskirts of their hometown, all string lights, champagne tables, and rented smiles. Music thumped under the open sky as formals, class presidents, and former bullies relived their fabricated glory days. Most hadn't changed. The same cliques, the same forced confidence, the same judgmental eyes scanning the entrance every time someone walked in. Think she'll show, smirked Brianna, the queen bee who once made Lena read her cruel notes aloud just to watch her cry. She probably works at a gas station, laughed Tyler, the football star whose scholarship dreams had evaporated after graduation. Or still living with her mom. Or, what if she really didn't make it? Their laughter rose again. Suddenly, the lights flickered. The bass in the speakers rumbled strangely. Glasses clinked on tables as the ground vibrated beneath everyone's feet. People stepped out onto the open lawn, confused. Then came the thunderous chop 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 of rotating blades. At first, it was just wind. Then dust. Then the silhouette appeared overhead, dark, angular, unmistakable. Someone screamed. Someone shouted, is that an Apache? Heads tilted toward the sky, jaws falling open. The AH-64 Apache banked low, spotlight sweeping across the shocked crowd. Wine glasses toppled, dresses whipped violently in the rotor wash. Brianna shielded her eyes, hair exploding everywhere. The helicopter descended with soldier-like precision, touching down on the open field behind the reunion tents. No one moved. No one breathed. The side door eased open. Out stepped a woman in a flight suit, helmet under her arm, boots hitting the ground with calculated calm. The rank patch on her shoulder glinted in the lights. Her posture was steady, unshakable, authority carved into every line of her stance. Then she pulled off her aviators. It was Lena, the class loser, the girl they had broken for sport, now a decorated Apache attack helicopter pilot, elite, respected, powerful. She scanned the frozen crowd, expression cool and unreadable. Sorry I'm late, she said. Had to park. And just like that, every bully who had ever mocked her felt the ground vanish beneath their feet. For a long moment, no one spoke. The only sound was the slowing whoop 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 of the Apache's rotors as the blades gradually coasted to a stop. The machine loomed like a steel predator behind Lena, its shadow stretching across the reunion lawn like a warning. Slowly, awkwardly, people began gathering around her, hesitant, uncertain, and suddenly very small. Tyler was the first to step forward, though his swagger had evaporated. Lena, you fly that thing, he said, voice cracking halfway through. Lena offered him a polite, expressionless smile. Every day, whispers rippled through the crowd. She's a pilot, an attack helicopter pilot. How did she? Wasn't she the girl who? Every rumor collapsed. Every insult echoed back at them in the worst possible way. Brianna, who had spent years polishing the illusion of perfection, pushed past two former cheerleaders and forced a smile. Wow, Lena, you look so different. Her tone strained under the weight of disbelief. You should have told us you joined the military. You never asked, Lena replied simply. It wasn't angry. It wasn't bitter. It was worse, calm truth. Mr. Dalton, their former history teacher, stepped in next. He looked older, softer, humbled. You served our country, he said quietly. We're proud of you. Lena nodded respectfully. He had been the only teacher who ever treated her with dignity. The crowd parted as the reunion coordinator nervously approached. We didn't know you'd need special parking accommodations. Lena almost laughed. Don't worry, I won't stay long. But the truth was, she hadn't come for vengeance. Not even for recognition. She came to see if facing them still hurt. It didn't. Still, fate had other plans. Hey Lena, someone shouted. Tell us how you went from class loser to flying an Apache. The group went silent, guilty eyes falling to their shoes. Lena exhaled slowly. It started, she said, the day I realized being invisible was a gift. While you were laughing at me, I was learning to be tough. While you were trying to break me, I was learning discipline. And while you were building your confidence by tearing mine apart, she tapped the helicopter behind her. I was building something real. A few people lowered their heads. Some blinked back shame. A couple scoffed, too embarrassed to admit they cared. Then a young woman Lena barely remembered stepped forward, Rachel, one of the quieter girls from junior year. Lena, she said softly, I always hoped life would get better for you. I'm glad it did. Lena's expression warmed. Thank you. Tyler swallowed, unable to look her in the eyes. We weren't good to you. No, Lena agreed, but that's not my burden anymore. The music had faded. The night air felt different, heavier, thoughtful, humbled. Lena glanced toward the Apache, then back at the stunned faces from her past. Take care of yourselves, she said gently. All of you. And without waiting for applause or forgiveness, she walked back toward the helicopter, leaving behind the people who once destroyed her and now couldn't even meet her gaze.